Well, hey there, everybody. My name is Tyler Rominger, and the purpose of this video is just to give you a quick insight onto search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is something that we get an unbelievable amount of questions about, and so we wanted to throw a quick video together to help inform you in your decision-making process about search engine optimization. The first point I want to make are there are two types of optimization that you can do in optimizing for the search engines. The first is on-page optimization. The second is off-page optimization. Off-page optimization is a labor-intensive process that consists of building relationships in an order or in an exchange for links back to your website. So an effective way for you to do this as a church leader would be to find all of the church directories out there that are like church.org, or find your denominational directories, or find Yelp listings. All of those type of things are good backlinks to your website. So that is off-page optimization at the very basic level. It's getting high quality, relevant backlinks back to your website. We don't do any of that here in-house for our customers. However, what we do is provide our tools provide you the opportunity to fully and functionally optimize your website from an on-page perspective. And so what I'm going to do is jump in and talk about on-page optimization. And really what this is configuring your website in a way that technically conforms to Google standards in ranking your website. Google has a set of qualities that it likes to see on a website before it will rank it, no matter what you're doing from an off-page perspective. And so it's very important that you get the core of on-page or technical search engine optimization down before you start building the links and spending a lot of energy on the off-page stuff. So let me go ahead and jump right into the page builder. Right off the bat, you're going to see some things right here as far as page properties. The meta title and meta description and meta keywords are all important to optimizing your website from a technical standpoint. The meta title and meta description are what show up in the search engines for this particular page. So, for example, if you're a church in Grand Rapids, Michigan, you want the meta title to be Grand Rapids Church. If that is the specific term that you want people to search for and then find your website. In addition to that, the meta description should also include the term Grand Rapids. Google actually often changes the length and requirements, but you can just do a quick Google search for meta title length and meta description length. Both of these it's important because you want to optimize for the length requirements according to what Google is requiring at that particular time. The meta keywords are actually not as relevant as they used to be, but what it does is, at least for this in this specific use case, what it does is it just gives another example of helps Google understand what your website is about, or that your particular page is about. And so in this meta keyword, you're going to want to only include one keyword, and it would be Grand Rapids Church or Church in Grand Rapids, whichever your preferred search method or search term is that you're trying to rank for. So from a search engine viewpoint, the meta description, meta titles, and meta keywords are really very important. The next thing that we want to talk about is image optimization. Now, image optimization is something that can be done from third-party websites. And ultimately what you want to do is you want to compress all of your images, because these big, bloated, overinflated image files are ultimately slowing down the load speeds of your website. Now, the load speeds of your website are important because it determines the end user's user experience. So in the eyes of Google or other search engines like Bing and Yahoo, What happens is if a website loads slow, Google is actually going to reduce their ranking because ultimately they're providing a service to the end user, which is somebody searching for churches in your area. And they're going to assume that the end user is going to have a poor experience on your website if it loads slow. And so, what they want to do is serve up the best information and the best quality information. And one of the determining ranking factors is load speeds. And one of the biggest killers of load speeds is bloated and overly inflated images. So, a quick Google search will help you find an image optimization tool. We also have in our media library the opportunity for you to optimize your images, but that is limited based on what some of these free third-party solutions will provide you. And so before you start uploading your images, we recommend that you go ahead and find a free compression software by just Googling image compression. There are a lot of them out there and they all work wonderfully. And then upload those images to your builder. The third thing I want to talk about is the title tags of your website. So you'll notice that this says Welcome to Hebrew Church, and we have the option here to determine under this heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4. And basically, you want to have one H1 tag, which is a heading 1 tag per page. You want that to be the keyword that you want that specific page to rank for. Below that, from a logical standpoint and a hierarchical standpoint, you want to have at least 2 to 3 H2 tags, which are these heading 2 tags that ultimately will kind of be supporting documentation for the H1 tags. And then the same is true for H3 tags and then H4 tags. So if you have one H1 tag per page, 2 to 3 H2 tags per page, 4 to 5 H3 tags per page, and 6 to 7 H4 tags per page, that's a good structural hierarchy for Google to understand what it is that you're looking for in your website. Now, you don't want to go ahead and over optimize the page. So what that means is you don't want to have more than one H1 tag, more than just a couple of H2 tags or heading tags, as we call them, because what that's going to do is indicate to Google that you're trying to over optimize your site and game the system. They've really published, it's a 580 page document on really from a technical standpoint what your website should look like. And inside of that document, there are instructions on how to format the hierarchy of your website. And in that is where you'll find the heading information. So that's really on-page optimization 101. Again, this is very introductory information. SEO is a large and vast industry, and there are a lot of technical components to making sure that your website ranks well. But some of the key things to keep in mind, like I said, are the load speeds, the meta descriptions and tags, the header information. Also on the images, I didn't mention this, but I will. You want to alt tag your images with varying keywords associated with your specific key term that you want to rank. So what that means is if you're a church in Grand Rapids and you have images on your website on a specific page of your website, and you want that specific page to rank for the term churches in Grand Rapids, what you're going to want to do is inside of the alt tags, which you can do inside of our media library, tag those images for churches around Grand Rapids church. So a variation of your keywords on those alt tags. So that was one more thing that I forgot to mention, but is key in the understanding process. So I hope this video was helpful. Again, this is very introductory stuff, but if you are able to execute them, you will see a significant increase in your search rankings. I hope you have a great day, and I appreciate your time. Thanks.